Yeah, can hear you.
We good?
Ready?
I am ready. If we're in sync.
Yeah, we're live, man. We're live. Oh, cool. You in sync with me? Yeah?
No, I think you're ahead of me or something. I feel like you're ahead.
I can hear you perfectly, man. What's going on?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. We're good now.
There we go. Right, we're Gucci. We're Gucci. Gucci headbands and all sorts, man. Yes, sir. me and Fumbi are matching at the moment, you know, with the Gucci headband and all sorts, man.
Did you get a wig for this?
Listen, man, this is my natural hair you're on about, man. This is Saint-Maximin. You're on about, bro. Oh, what a masterclass that was, eh? Newcastle.
You know the word?
Burnley.
The sad part. My stream broke down as I'm watching the first half. So I missed. Guess when it broke down? Just when the goal went. Just when the goal went in.
Well, when
so my brother messages me saying, Fumbi, did you just see that? And I was like, oh man, what have I missed?
You missed an absolute masterclass from our guy, Alan Saint-Maximin.
Well, I saw the goal on the second. I saw the goal on Twitter just now. Okay. Amazing. But I watched the whole second half though.
Yeah. Well, amazing. Saint-Maximin brought him back into the side and absolutely phenomenal. Here comes Pete. Here he is. Smile on his face. Check your cat grin, that is. Look at that.
Yeah.
You obviously didn't get the memo. Me and Fumbi are kind of just paying respect to our guy, Alan Saint-Maximin.
Look, this is my hair, bro.
I didn't see it last time. You're on about, you just grown up. He needs to grow some hair. Alex Saint-Maximin, guys, like absolute genius. Tore Burnley and Newcastle. First goal, sat about three or four players on their ass, and then set up for the second goal as well. On a plate to Walton. Boy. We just got to enjoy him, lads. Enjoy what he did. That's what I keep saying.
Boys, this is why we paid the money to sign him and get him over from Nice. This is why we signed him. You know what I mean? Like, he's a maverick. You know what I mean? He's like one of those luxury, fantastic players that just makes the difference in games like this, and that's exactly what he's done today. Goal and assist, absolutely spot on. I hope it's nothing serious from what he was saying in his interview after the game. I think it might have been a slight reoccurrence of his ankle injury, but luckily he's got 2 weeks to recover from that with the international break. But look, you know, we want those players that we pay bigger money for to step up and be the difference for us today, and he's done that. I couldn't have asked anything more of him. Fair play to him. One thing I will say though, look, we've talked about it before. Where's ASM's best position? Now, you look at everything he's done that was good today, either came through the middle or on the right-hand side. We need to stop playing him on the left because his productivity on the left is zero compared to what he does in the middle or on the right-hand side. The way he left that guy for dead for Wilson's first goal. Yeah, I pray for that guy. I pray for that guy tonight, you know. Seriously, he's got nightmares. Absolute nightmares.
No, but you know what though? That was unfair though, man. That was, you know, when you've done your scouting, you know, when you've looked at your opponent for, you're not gonna catch me.
You know what? He knows it in his mind as well.
Yeah, catching me. You know. Normally, when you've got respect for man, you hit him with a step over or the feint. He looked at him, but what? See ya.
But the thing
it's just showing it on style now.
They should have learned from the first goal. He sat 4 players on their backside, and then that's it. Boom, first one. Second one, again, left it. I think it's Charlie Taylor, left him for dead.
Left him for dead. You know what? He saw him, looked at him, and said, hey, I'm skinning you swiftly. But you know what it is? It's not the skinning that was amazing. It's the pass he played to Callum Wilson. Countless times I've seen that pass go wrong. I've seen someone get a rush of blood and try and hit a volley. Murphy, that's what he lacked the other day, that final pass. And so you just see why it's so important to not just have the ability to pass players, but to just create a tap-in for Callum. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, yep, you're balling now.
And that's what I love. The fact that we've got an actual striker that's in the box, in those positions, because we know full well if that was laid on the plate to Joelinton, I even think he's there, let alone put it in there.
I will have no disrespect for Joelinton today. I saw Joelinton turn 2-man and play a through ball into Fraser. If Fraser was fully fit, he's bombing onto that and scoring.
Fumby, is that praise for Joelinton?
Yeah, I give credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
Joelinton was fire. Darlow, hey, Pete, you didn't warn me, bro. You did not warn me about Darlow. You didn't tell me, bro. You did not tell me.
Look, two things. I 100% back and agree what Fumby's saying. Joelinton was very good today. You know what? Fair play to the guy. He played very, very well. It was so good to hear, to see him physically, be dominant in the air, but also, being on the turn, not just admiring his hold-up play in his layoffs, but running in and behind and causing havoc for Burnley's defence. I thought he was very, very good. And you know what? Darlow, I thought he was fantastic today. He had one drop in. I thought Darlow played well today. He had one drop in the second half, where it was questionable, and he added a little bit of unnecessary pressure on the defence. Other than that, I thought he commanded his area very well. I thought he took the pressure off the defence, and he was unlucky to even concede the goal. It was a fantastic goal, Burnley's goal. I thought he was very unlucky with that. There's nothing he could do.
I don't like balls coming into the box with him.
Well, you know what? 9 times out of 10, that's been his biggest problem over the years. But actually, he must have been doing some homework and been watching Dubravka in training, because that's Dubravka's. That's his specialty. That guy can command his box. So he must have been watching him and taking some notes, because he commanded everything. He took the pressure off the defence. You got to remember, it was hammering it down the rain. It's slipping all over the place. The conditions are not great. So for him to hold on to some of those balls and to be punching it and getting some distance on it and making it difficult for the Burnley attackers to get anything on the ball, and then the defenders sweeping up, I thought, you know what, fair play to Darlow. That's 2 times now. I said it on the other stream previously. I'm feeling a little bit dizzy right now because I don't like talking about positivities in Darlow in the same sentence. But you know what? As I've always said to you, and you guys know, I love it when players prove me wrong. And Darlow's doing that right now. And you know what? With Dubravka, maybe another week or 2 before he's back, I'll accept that.
Wow. So what? Darlow praise from Pete, Joelinton page from Fumby. Wow. I would never put. What is in that glass of wine?
It is though. I've always known Joelinton's never going to be a goal scorer, but I think I did say I like his footballing talent. He's got talent. It's just that it's unfair to put him as a number 1. Now, I wasn't happy with the Carroll-Callum relationship, because I just thought, but I understand now why Joelinton works better, because he can actually move. He can actually play football. Although Burnley are there for the taking and we took them, I respect that. But what I want us to see is pushing forward. Not to talk about other games, but you see how Leeds held their own with City today. We've got Man United next. I don't want us to crawl back into a shell of let's keep the game tight for 75 minutes. Nah, I want us to express ourselves moving forward. So I'm happy with the result because we took it. Because like Pete said yesterday, these are the games we've got to take. We can't be coming out here trying to keep it tight. 14 minutes, we're on the sheet. Boom, let's get them out of here. And I like that.
You know what? And that was exactly it, because I love the mentality of the team, because what you said right there is not sitting back and letting them have the emphasis. That's exactly what we did in the second half. We were 1-0 up, we were comfortable, and then we let them back into the game. What would have normally happened for absolutely no reason. They weren't even playing amazing football to get back into that game. They were just lumping balls into the box and hoping, and we're allowing them to get set pieces and corners and free kicks into the box. But the mentality of the team is that when we conceded, they thought, right, let's go again. And we started attacking them again and quickly got that second goal
4
back.
minutes.
And that's the 4 minutes, and that's the difference. That's the difference. That's what we had in our team today, is that right mentality to do that. But we need to take confidence from this, and we need to really, really start to kick on. Because there was long parts of today that were really, really pleasing to see. Some really good performances out there.
I'm just going to read out some comments in the comment section, starting off with Statman Keith. Evening, guys. I love getting pre-match scores wrong, especially we do as well. Especially when NUFC win, ASM back with a bang. NUFC get 2 penalties, 2 league games in a row. Last time they got more than 1 pen was 18-19 season. And then he goes on to say, Callum Wilson, 100% record in league games, 4 goals in 4 league games get in. That's what we want from a striker, guy. That's what we want.
Before you go on to the next question, if Keith can find out the stats for me of how many free kicks 30, 40 yards out or in our own half that we gave away to Burnley during the game. It's just a random stat that I just wanted to find out, because I think that was only our downsides. We let them back in the game, so we give them too many set pieces. So if Keith knows that and he can put that up, then fair play to him. I'd like to know.
There's a little challenge for you there, Statman Keith. Adam McCarthy, what do you think of Joelinton tonight? I felt decent performance, but towards the end, he was laying back the ball back and following the ball and not making enough runs, movement behind. I'll give that one to you, from because you're full of Joelinton.
Well, you know what? He's played a lot. He's physical. Done his thing. His passing still needs to be better. There was a time when we broke, and he just played a very tired, lazy ball to try and get Hendricks open. But, I kind of gave him a pass for that, because that's not necessarily his forte. But if you're not scoring goals, if you can pick out those moments, you keep yourself in the team. So I'm not going to be too hard on him. I think overall 90 minutes, he was good for us, man. He did his job. It's really important. Sometimes, I watch basketball. Sometimes you might be the center, and you're used to putting up 30 or 25. But sometimes we just need to be the wrecking ball tonight. So you're going to have to sacrifice your scoring ability and work on your posts, your rebounding, the kind of untidy stuff. Firmino does it for Liverpool. I'm sure he wants to get 10, 15 goals. But he knows Salah and Mane are way more prolific than he is. So he does what he needs to do to make them shine. If Joelinton can understand that, Callum's the tiger. Callum's the one that is hungry. Where's my dinner at? You know what I mean? He's come to the game. Where's my food?
Where's my food?
He's Debo, you're Craig. What you got on 40 with me? You know what I mean? That's Callum Wilson. But what Joelinton can bring to us is assisting that, not thinking I need to score, but if I can put in a good shift and make these men look good, he can keep his place in the squad.
Yeah. Before I get on to you, Creek, I'm just going to read a couple more. Retro NUFC says, yo, lads, great results. Can't disagree with that. Bill Burnett says, ASM was great, but was also impressed by Joelinton tonight. A lot of people impressed by Joelinton. Okay, I like that. Adam McCarthy says ASM needs to be the number 10 with a free roll across the front behind Wilson. He's unstoppable at times like tonight. Pete, you were saying that earlier. And then Joey V said Darlow doesn't look like a rabbit in headlights anymore. Pete, man, we did all that without Miggy being involved. Are you surprised by that or what?
I have to say, I've got to be honest, I was shocked that him or Fraser weren't in the starting lineup. And there was a number of surprises for me today. But certainly Miggy and Fraser not being in the starting lineup was a surprise to me, because I thought the pace and the trickery was needed. But actually, we needed an element of physical presence, which I think is why Joelinton played. And to be fair, it worked, because his physicality in holding up the ball, certainly in and around the halfway line, and his linking with Wilson helped get us further up the pitch. And his support of Wilson was crucial tonight. So it made sense. And obviously, if Shaw hadn't got injured, I think Almiron would have come on. So I think he was the one that was sacrificed because Shaw got injured tonight. And I don't think Mankineo would have played. But, it's nice that we're using different players and we're using a squad. And look, Miggy Almiron will play plenty of minutes for us this season. I don't see any concerns about the fact that he didn't play tonight. He will go off to an international break and play minutes anyway, and then come back ready for the Man United game. So that doesn't worry me. He'll play his part at some point. I have no doubt about that. But just adding on to the Joelinton thing, and I talked about it a minute ago, the partnership between him and Wilson was actually really pleasing to see. and their link-up play was really good. But we talked about, I think what the question about Joelinton in that his productivity, particularly later on in the game. I remember looking up at the clock and seeing 89 minutes, and him and Wilson in tandem together pressing the defence at 89 minutes. Right, we don't really see Joelinton pressing at all in games. So for the fact that he was pressing with intent and intensity alongside Wilson as a partnership, for me, that says everything we need to know. And that there is the improvement of Joelinton. Yes, he's not scoring goals, but it wasn't long ago that he wasn't even putting effort in. So the fact that he's putting effort in and he's being productive on the pitch, I think if he continues to do that, the goals will then eventually hopefully come in abundance for him. So there's definitely positives for there. For me, I'm not, and probably the same, not drawing on negatives on Joelinton tonight.
Right, guys, I've got to address the elephant in the room. So this week, Bruce has won 2 games through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Do we need to put a little bit of respect on his name? A little tiny bit.
There's no. Again, like I said, he beat a team that was there for the taking. Same thing with West Ham. Same thing with West Ham. We're not going to always get teams like this. The moment we played Brighton, who were on it, we crumbled. We're not always going to get this open. We're not always going to get this opportunity. So we can't watch one game and feel, again, ASM was a difference here tonight. Do you see what I'm saying? So we can't always rely on him to just be our difference. What we want to see is an idea of what the coach does in terms of, this is how I play my football. And like Pete always says as well, I don't want ASM running like that for us to win games all the time. That's why he comes off injured. Because he's doing too much to win the game. So that's not going to help us. So Bruce needs to figure out how we can maximize him and protect him, because we need him for the season. Because we all know, without his creativity, what do we really look like? So I'm not disrespecting Bruce. And yes, he's won all these games. And yeah, people are going to... But we see the games. We see the football. Do you see what I'm saying? Burnley, we said it yesterday. I don't expect us to be at home struggling with a team who hasn't won this season. So yeah, we took it. Next week when we play Man United, then I'll put some respect on his name if I see a game plan. It's not about winning. It's about seeing what's your idea. Because don't just play the same team again and be like, it's a winning team. No, I want to know you've read. I want to know you study what you can do against another opponent.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with what Fumbi's saying. For me, there's no need to put any respect on Bruce's name, in my opinion, because I want to see consistency from him. I want to see consistency from him and his tactics, and I want to see consistency from his players and their performances on the pitch. Look, for long parts of today, they played well, but they did not play well at all in midweek against Newport, and they didn't play well at all on Sunday against Tottenham. Yes, we won. Well, we got a point and won against Newport on penalties, but I'm not putting respect on his name after 90 minutes. I want to see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 games of consistent performances, and that's not me saying he needs to win it all of those games. Just like I'm saying, but you want to see an ideology, you want to see a mentality, a way of playing, a philosophy, a system. I want to see something that I can, every game we've played, we look at the starting lineup and think, our first thought is, okay, what's the formation? Who's playing where?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right,
it shouldn't be like that. It should be, okay, we know the formation. Okay, he's playing there. We know he's playing there. Or he's come into the team because he's going to do this job. And that's what it should be. And we have no idea from game to game of what he's going to, of what his mindset is. And if we're thinking that as fans of the club, what are the players thinking? So you know what I mean? Like and so he doesn't get any respect from me yet. He needs to be consistent, and not just about winning games, but being consistent in terms of what he's producing for this club and these set of players, because he's got the quality of players. We've shown that tonight. How many times have we had? How many times have we had a player like Ryan Fraser and Miggy Almiron on the bench, Manquillo on the bench? You know what I mean? When have we had a squad that's allowed those players to be sitting on the bench? We haven't. So he's got better players or a better squad to choose from than Rafa had. So he should be producing this. He should be putting these performances together. So there's still time. There's still lots to prove for Steve Bruce. But this was the balance. This was the tipping point for Bruce today. If we'd have lost this game and we'd have been going into the international break with 4 points, with teams below us, with games in hand, potentially going above us, and we could have been as far down as 16th, 17th potentially. But we're not. We've tipped the other way, and we're on 7 points. We're in 6th place at the moment, and we're 7 points adrift, or 7 points clear of the relegation zone. Okay, so fair play, but
well, I'm just gonna read out a couple more comments. I think Statman actually got back to you, Pete, so we'll read that in a sec. Dave said we have no centre backs. I'm assuming he's meaning because obviously Lascelles was missed out today, and then obviously Cher went off injured as well. So we're down to bare bones with Federico Fernandez. Gary Nixon says, just look 10 yards at our half. And then he's also gone on to say our front three had a cracking game, held the ball up and allowed everyone else to link up. And then Statman keeps coming in and says, guys, according to stats, NUFC gave away 10 free kicks in attacking half in the game. So...
cheers for that, Keith. Cheers for that.
Yeah, cheers for that, Keith. Where do we go on from here? Obviously, we've got Man United coming up next. For me, I think he was alluding to like saying not playing the same lineup, like actually kind of revise.
No.
I'm like revise your lineup rather than just going, okay, this is a winning lineup, throw him straight back in again. Like actually go with a sort of game plan, like a plan A for example.
Yeah, because we have to know they're going to have possession more than we are. Because they've got the players for that. So we're going to have to understand that. But that doesn't mean we just sit back and then soak it up and not have an outlet. You know what I mean? Teams like Leeds, what's so impressive about them is not only do they actually try and play. They don't just sit back and suck up all the pressure and get people tired. And, you look at the 90-yard pitch, you have to run up again. Like, I don't mind him playing the same formation as long as he has a plan for it, though. And like Pete said, like everyone's been saying, we can't keep playing ASM on the left. What is this about? Like, he doesn't... The way he skinned that guy on the right, although they've got Wan-Bissaka on the right. Who's their left back?
Sure. Or Brandon Williams. Or his name.
Right. Yeah. They haven't got... they haven't got easy left backs. They're not going to be an easy team to just strip like that. But they do have confidence issues. Do you see what I'm saying? Where they know they're not where they're supposed to be. If we can exploit that and make it hard for them to express themselves. And I don't mean by sitting back. I mean just playing them. Get in their face. Let them know you're at St. James's Park and we're trying to score. And we have Callum Wilson, who's dangerous, who can actually put the ball in the net. So we can utilize that. You know what I'm saying? 4-4, he's on it. You see the penalty? He wants to score for this club. We got to feed that monster. You understand?
Go on. Sorry.
So I just wanted to say, so it's not about us sitting back and letting Man United express their great passing variety, because they're going to have runners on us. Rashford, Greenwood, they've got ballers that can hurt us. You see what I'm saying? So Bruce has to have a very good plan, but it shouldn't just be lying back. We have to have an outlet for the counter.
100%. I was going to say, when looking at Man United, the key for us is pace. Because their back line does not have pace at all in defensive positions. Wan-Bissaka is a fantastic defensive right back. So you know what, ASM, go play on the right for me. Go and tear Luke Shaw apart, because Luke Shaw defensively can be had on that side. So go and do your thing like you did on the right hand side today to whoever it was, Charlie someone. Yeah, that one. You go and do what you did to him, to Luke Shaw, and make Luke Shaw think more defensively than going forward and linking with Marcus Rashford. And Callum Wilson has got pace to burn ahead of Harry Maguire and Lindelof. If Bailly plays, then Bailly can match that pace, and he's a good defender. I'm surprised they don't start more games for them, to be honest. But there's goals to be had there. Again, there are goals to be had. De Gea is not playing very well, and he's the number one. There are ins there. Look, Man United are going to have the ball. We're going to have to soak up some pressure at some point, because they've got players that can hurt us. But as we've proved before last season, with the same squad, the same players, And we won 1-0 at our place last year. We went 1-0 up at their place last year as well. We can score, and we're going in there with a better squad, better squad players this time. So, nothing to fear. We're not expected to win the game. So let's go out and express ourselves. And if we lose, fair enough. Nobody thinks anything different. But if we pull out a performance and we get a draw and nick a win, then all good to us.
I just want to ask a final question about tonight. So, is there anyone? Obviously, the plaudits will go to ASM, rightly so. But is there anyone else that stood out for you? I know from you said Joelinton. Is there anyone else that might kind of gone under the radar, so to speak? No.
You know what? Because I missed the whole first half, I didn't get a whole picture of the game. In the second half, you know what? I like Hendrick's commitment to the team, man. I like that he's already he just feels like a Newcastle player, you know? He wants to win, he's working hard. I'm not a fan of him on the right because I just don't think it's as exciting as it can be. But at the same time, I like the fact that no matter where you put him, he's not causing issues for us. And I like that. Yeah. I think Mankilo came on, gave us a bit of an attacking threat on the right. I think he did really good when he came on. He really gave us a bit of a, kept us up the pitch a bit. He's quick enough and stuff like that. But yeah, Joelinton was my main. Okay, that turn he did in the midfield when he got the ball and rode 2 man. I said, "What, Joe? Okay, I'm about to call that Joe Thomas. I want to know. Talk to me. I want to know." He played a nice through ball because more time he doesn't get enough props in it. So when he did the turn up, he's going to try and run to goal now. But he played a pass. I said, okay. And Fraser, you could tell he's not there yet. Because, I know if he was fully... If that was Mickey, he ain't trying to love from there. He's gone. He's gone. If that was Mickey, he was going to breeze. He probably wouldn't have scored because he's too fast. But the way he would have left those defenders.
What about you, Pete, mate?
For me... we've said about Joelinton, I've mentioned Darlow as well, but Emil Kraft, I was really impressed with him today. I don't know what your guys' reactions were when you read the team sheet. You saw him starting ahead of Mankilio.
I like Kraft,
Look, I know you do. I know you. To be fair, I know you do for me. But I can imagine the 99.9% of the Newcastle fans were like, "What the hell? What kind of foolishness is going on right now?"
Where's Yedlin?
Exactly. Yeah. If the calls for Yedlin come back, savers. But you know what? The one thing I said when the team was kind of put out is okay, why is he playing? And he proved why he played today, because I thought aerially, I thought he was fantastic, even from a right back position. He covered the centre back really, really well, and actually dealt with 2 very dominating forwards in Barnes and Wood. He helped deal with them really, really well in defensive positions. So I thought he was excellent. He got forward, he linked the play in attacking positions. He did everything that was asked of him. And then when Shaw went off, he went into centre back and did exactly the same. And he dealt with it, and he dealt with the balls in the box and the constant pressure of those free kicks coming in corners and set pieces in general. So fair play to him, because we've all had question marks about Kraft and why we signed him and what was the use, but he's proved that tonight. We forget sometimes he's a Swedish international, and Sweden are not the biggest international team in the world, but they're not bad, and they get to a lot of major competitions. So there has to be some quality in there for him to regularly get into the squad. So you know what, props to him tonight. Fair play to him, and hopefully the confidence he takes from tonight, he can build on that into the games moving forward. Even if he doesn't start against Man United, the next game that he plays, he'll have confidence from what he did against Burnley. So you know what, Kraft for me, well played.
Okay, right, we're going to wrap it up there, guys. It's going to be a bit of a shorter one because I actually want to
watch Match of the Day.
Yeah, I actually want to go watch Match of the Day. I'm not going to lie to you. It's very rare.
I'm going to YouTube, bro.
Yeah. No,
I'm going to read all the tweets, then I'm going to go YouTube that match, because we're not going to be first on Match of the Day.
Of course we're not. We're not first Match of the Day. But
I'm going to be first.
There's actually some decent games I want to watch, and I actually do want to watch us. And from the fact that Fum was actually in stream, knows that we had a good game today, because he was going to be
Hey, when they scored here, they already started messaging you. Hey, blood,
Yeah.
I'm really tired tonight, you know.
Yeah, I'm tired, man. I need to wash my hair and that. Yeah, all them ones. Yeah, them ones. All right.
They said he scored it. I said, hey,
Anyway, right. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Thank you, everyone else, for listening to the stream. If you're new, again, like and share and all the rest of it, and join in for the next one. Man United up next, so we'll probably just do the preview like a couple of days beforehand, and see you all guys all soon. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace.
Take it easy, boys.